welcome to another Kotura-san episode review. But this time, something different. I got J-Ro here for a guest.
Hello, Fosh. Thanks
Hey,
for letting me come on.
no problem. It's always nice to have more people interested in this show. It's
Yeah.
always a fun debate on Metanorn every week.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And this episode's called "It's Not a Date," which clearly it was.
It's a date.
Right. And I guess we'll jump right into it. I guess this starts off with Kotura, kind of more birthday stuff with her. We had her receiving a necklace from Manabe. It was pretty funny watching her get all like, "Oh, it's so nice," and everyone in the club was kind of like, "This is odd for you to buy."
Yeah. Kind of a typical gift of Manabe to put in there. Apparently, he's really creeping on her with the nude photos.
Yep, I guess he was like, put something in there just so you can always remember me or whatever.
And it's that thing where I have to remember it's anime because logically I would go, at what point does he understand that she doesn't want that kind of photo in her locket?
Right. It's like you did it to someone in real life, they're probably like, yeah, it's a little creepy.
Yeah.
Yep. But I think the main topic of this, what I would think, would be Kotura getting sick. She's kind of like got this head cold, and during that, I guess her power is limited during that, or it doesn't work at all when she's sick.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I can't think of many shows like this that deal with these kind of powers where they say like if you're sick, then your powers are literally weakened, and it seems like in Kotura's case, it's just not useful at all.
Yeah, it almost seems like I was thinking, with normal people we get head colds and stuff, and then usually your ears are stopped up, your head's kind of clogged, so that's why I assume it's happening with her now. So, being sick, that disables the power, like you were saying. And it's kind of interesting how they do that. It's like almost a realistic view on her ESP powers. Like if someone really had that power and they were sick, what would happen to that person?
Yeah, most shows, again, I get to the thing where, I don't see this very often because I don't even know when for some reason only X-Men is popping in mind, or somebody was actually like sick, or like I think with X-Men, like the moments I thought of when people were like sick or ill is when their powers go out of control.
Oh right, yeah.
But here it just seems like it's just not useful at all.
Yeah, I was trying to think back on like Index if it happened when anyone got sick. I was like, I don't remember anything like that happening. And if it did, I would imagine, like you were saying, the power would go haywire. Like if Kiriko got sick, she'd be teleported everywhere probably, because the time they'd probably do something like, the time she sneezes, she teleports, something like that.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty funny. But with her being sick, the whole club kind of visits her, trying to take care of her. But really, in the end, it's Manabe who takes care of her, and he's trying to do all these perverted thoughts to her, trying to trigger her reaction, but it's not working. That's funny.
Yeah, I don't know, he kind of lost cool points there with me, because naturally in that situation you think, oh, I get to be alone with Kotura, like there's, even she may be sick, but there could be something good coming up, and instead he's obsessing over the idea of fantasizing about her, when as good of an opportunity as the show's presented to him to actually do something with her, he just seems focused on the fantasy element.
Right, it almost seems like he likes the fantasy world a little bit more, and is not not quite ready for the real stuff yet. And with that, I've skipped over Yuriko. She's kind of disappointed that Kotura's power is kind of disabled right now. She's like, well, if she doesn't get her power back, then I can't exploit this or use this. They still haven't revealed why she's doing what she's gonna do with it though.
Yeah, very subtly they got that stuff into the episode about her desire to find out more about the powers, and maybe a little bit more of a research into it.
Right. We still gotta figure out what her deal is. And it's like, she puts on this face that she's this nice friend to Kotura, but not really. She's still being very sneaky about the whole line. And after all the sickness stuff, we get towards the kind of the other core part of the episode, I guess the date, but not a date thing going on.
It is, was it isn't.
Right. I thought it was funny at the beginning when they're like together and they're talking about it. And these people nearby are like, "Oh, they're a cute couple over there," and like.
I thought the kid one was kind of a forced joke, but it was still kind of ridiculous to see. Mommy, what's a date?
Right.
What kid that age cares?
True. So yeah, before they did the date, it was like Manabe's punishment was to go out and eat things and do things that Kotora likes, which I classify as a date, but they don't. So it's kind of random.
Mm-hmm. Maybe for Kotora more so than Manabe.
Oh right, yeah, I could see that. And I think that's another way of Yuriko trying to see if the power is still turned off or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I was shocked and surprised they did not follow them. Usually this happens all the time in the anime. You know?
Yeah, and they actually cut to a scene of them in what's the guy's name?
I just call him. I think it's Daichi or something like that. I think.
Daichi. Yeah, they're just in his room, just chilling, and they decided not to.
Yeah, I died laughing when his mom walked in, knocked on the door. He's like, oh, she didn't even knock. He's like, you should knock, and he's kind of like, why would I need to? Mom's like, why would I need to knock?
Hey, you're not doing anything worth knocking for, right?
Right.
You're not knocking boots.
Right. You're not hooking up with your friend, which I think they will eventually, but I think they're just friends, whatever.
Yeah.
And another interesting thing about the psychic powers, going to a movie theater is a bad idea.
Yeah, I don't quite understand that. How can she tell the end of a movie by watching it?
Yeah, I took that as I guess when people are walking out of the movie theater, they're thinking about it still. So then she's like, "Oh, I know the ending of this such and such movie." Like, "Oh, that sucks."
Okay. So she'd almost have to go to like a midnight showing or something, like the very first one.
Yeah, premiere night. I was like,
Yeah.
that's another realistic thing on psychic powers. Like, I was like, that really would happen. I mean, you got all these stuff on TV shows like spoilers you don't want to hear, but
yeah, and in addition to just the spoiler thing, like I don't know how good of control she has with her power, but just being in general public at that kind of setting, that kind of environment where there's a lot of people surrounding you and thinking about the movie in addition to watching it.
oh yeah,
It's probably could be an overload.
yeah, or being in public in general, just being around a mass group of people that are thinking random things, just.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wonder if they're gonna reveal some of that later on, but I'm assuming they're going with the whole. During this little mini episode, her power was turned off temporarily, so.
Yeah.
But maybe since she's with Manabe, I think she's kind of focused on him more than anything. And during their date, they're kind of doing the usual date thing, go to the clothing shop, things like that. And Manabe's trying to get her to buy and try all these different outfits. I was like, that was pretty funny too.
Yeah. It's kind of like me in Persona 4. There's a clothing store in there. It's like, I'm going to get the bikini for her, and I'm going to get the agent clothes for them.
Yeah, it's almost like Manabe's little fantasy world of all the cosplay outfits. It's funny. But after all, you get all these nice little fun moments with Kotora, and then I get the dramatic reveal of Kotora's power, like returning in like a instant, like a dramatic way, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's just like walking down the street, just not doing much, and all of a sudden she kind of loses consciousness because the power just overloaded her at one time. Revealing, I guess, a future murder or a murder that already happened.
She's a precog now. What?
Yeah, pretty much. So I was debating on if one of the cast members, like the club members, is gonna get killed. But I was like, after watching the preview again, it's not. I guess it's not the case.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like everybody on that show serves some kind of importance.
Right.
Like earlier with the club stuff, they finally gave a definitive role for Mori, which is to basically punish Manabe whenever he has a dirty thought.
Right, she's the enforcer, I guess.
Yeah.
You thought something bad, I'll kick you. Like, oh my god, so bad. But yeah, during that moment, she loses consciousness, and it's just kind of a heart wrench moment. Like, oh my god, like she's was happy a minute ago, and then 2 seconds later, she's on the ground, passed out. Like, jeez.
Dang.
Yeah. And like I said, I thought it was one of the club members dying, but I guess that's not the case. So
Yeah.
they could be using her to figure out who did the murder. Because I know they showed a picture of a random guy I never saw before. So.
Yeah, it's got to be somebody who's tied to the story somehow. Like, we haven't seen the father in a while.
Right.
Kotora's mom, I don't, she's very hateful, but I don't think she's capable of murder.
Right. It also could be just someone trying to lure her out of hiding or something.
Yeah.
Could be a number of things to expose her power. And I guess for the random stuff, there's a few stuff we kind of mentioned. Manabe's, fantasy world with Kotora cosplaying all these different outfits.
Yeah, I like this sexy outfit, or I like this styling outfit.
Yep. But then we already mentioned that he kind of is a little bit shy to do that stuff in real life right now.
Yeah. And one thing that we've seen in the past couple episodes that I like is Kotora's angry face. Like, it's almost demonic how angry it looks, but it's really funny.
Yeah, it is. So it's kind of nice that he's not the usual harem lead where he's physically doing things to her. So I think it's kind of a good change to have a character who's he thinks about it, but is not really going to act on those thoughts.
Yeah.
Versus your lead in any other harem who's physically doing things like that, but not on purpose. Usually falls on them. Cliche things.
Oh yeah. Grabs a boob and all that stuff.
Right.
Mayo cheeky.
Yep. And I guess Haseko Kameto, the voice for Kotora, when she was doing the sick, she was talking like she was sick, I was like, oh my god, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's really cute.
Yeah. And let's see for the last bit. I like the ending close where they're in the arcade. She's switching the picture out. They had that music playing in the background. I thought it was really nice touch for that episode.
Yeah.
I think a lot of shows do that very well. I mean, no, it's not a really exact example, but JoJo does it where something dramatic happens and they kind of put the ending song right at the good moment when it leads to the ending. It's pretty cool to do that.
And the show's been playing around with the ending a little bit, like with the beach episode. They did some stuff with her at the beach, but yeah, the ending is one of the good ones for this season.
Yep. And the last thing I mentioned is probably Manabe and Kotora together. They're just so much fun to watch together.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, I think.
Wonder how long he made her wait.
Yeah,
in that alley.
That. I was waiting for something to happen to her. I was like, she doesn't have psychic powers right now, so something bad could happen any minute now.
Yeah.
And she even makes a comment to herself that this is what having no powers is like, I guess, or being normal. Being I guess scared that he's not coming back, or not being able to read his mind.
Yeah, it seems like there's been numerous opportunities in the series where she's ready to make some kind of confession and he just interrupts.
Oh yeah. Like my last episode I was saying that I was waiting for her mom to show up right before they're gonna kiss or something or have a nice moment and the mom shows up and destroys it, but it didn't happen, but that's fine.
Yeah.
And the last mentioned thing is, I guess, the preview. The only thing I saw that was weird was when I saw a shot of Moritani kind of like freaked out or something. So I'm wondering maybe if someone she knows dies. I don't know. It's a lot of up in the air at that.
Yeah, it could be maybe somebody from the karate club.
Yeah.
Or, but what kind? Like, I don't watch the previews, so what was the setting like? Was it like dark? Was it just like the typical oh, that guy's a pervert or something?
It was like a dark shot, and her eyes went super small, kind of freaked out.
Oh, like a or something.
Yeah, kind of like that. It's either that or maybe she's the one that finds the body and she calls the cops and I can see that being.
Yeah, that could happen.
Yeah, and maybe she's kind of the center point of the episode where you're trying to figure out what she saw. Maybe she saw it happen. Could be a bunch of things, I guess. I think that's the good thing about this show is you don't really know what's gonna happen for sure. But I guess, and that's pretty much our episode. Any final thoughts?
It's good to see the show progressing a little bit more, ever so slowly, back toward the more dramatic stuff that we saw at the beginning of episode 1. where that was like, because I feel like the show for the past few episodes has been what we thought it would be, back all the way dating back to preview stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but the dramatic stuff kicked in, and then they've had little sprinkles of it here and there, and with the murder twist and the mom appearing a little bit more the past couple episodes. So we'll have to see what happens with that drama stuff.
Oh yeah, I definitely like how they balance the comedy, the laughs, and the drama at the right time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like early in the episode, they mentioned and they showed that Haruka kind of had a date. She kind of was dreaming about her mom when she was sick as a kid. Those things are nice, but then you realize, oh, well, that's nice, but look how the mom is now. So I'm wondering when the mom comes back, is she gonna try to, I don't know, fix her relationship with her daughter, or just leave it as it is?
Yeah, I could see a situation where she's still angry, but by the end, she comes around.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Which would be such a storybook touching ending if that were the case.
All right.
Like a parent comes around on their kid and wises up.
Yeah, I realize that the past is the past, and you just live in the present type thing.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think I said it before in the last episode, that I think both of them kind of need to, let go of the past and kind of move on, almost.
All right.
And I guess that's our episode, so see you later.
See ya.